Most illnesses have been cured, and there's no violence or crime, but in the process they've also got rid of emotions, and now it's forbidden to show any feelings or make any contact with other members. There's no love or marriage, and babies are born through artificial insemination whenever a particular woman is summoned to do her part for society. There are no colors or decorations either, everyone wears white and lacks a personality. Even their meals are dull, and the only hobbies they have are basic repetitive tasks like solving bland puzzles. They also have chips on their arms so computers can watch over their daily lives, and that chip must be scanned every time they use the train or enter their work building. One of these members is Silas, who follows the same routine as everyone else: wake up and let the bed make itself, have a bland breakfast, and go to work. Nobody talks as they travel on the train, and they stay silent while they work as well. Everywhere around them, screens remind members to report any deviant behavior, including minor things like a faint smile. The screens also talk about an illness called SOS, or switched-on syndrome, which makes people regain their emotions. Members are reminded to see the doctor if there are any signs of a symptom. Silas works for a company called Atmos as an illustrator, so he spends the whole day drawing on a screen. His art is quite a contrast to the world he lives in, probably because he's inspired by a documentary he listens to while he works. There are two moments in the day during which workers talk to each other. First, it's during project meetings so they can discuss ideas, and Silas listens to Nia's suggestions with utmost attention. The other moment is lunch, during which everyone makes sure to sit with enough distance among them. Their conversation isn't very lively though, and they stick to factual topics like the coworker that returned from conception duty. At the end of the day, Silas goes home and watches how officers arrest a sick couple. Later at his apartment, Silas continues his bland routine: a meal prepared by the home AI, solving another generic puzzle, and going to bed. It's the same routine everyone else in the building has. The next day, Silas watches the news and learns that the sick couple will be sent to a defective emotional neuropathy facility or DEN. Members are reminded again to report any signs of SOS, be their own or their coworkers. Later at work, an employee self-deletes by falling off the roof, which happens often in this society. The employees go to the window to look at the body, but nobody isn't disturbed except for Nia, who makes very tiny gestures that are noticed by Silas. However, he keeps this information for himself. Afterward, all Amos employees gather for another meeting. While everyone has their attention on the screen, Silas uses the chance to watch Nia, trying to decide if she's sick. In the end, watching a pretty woman for so long starts to change something in him. Later at home, Silas is nervous while he eats his dinner because he can't stop thinking about Nia, and he even has trouble finishing his puzzle. The next day during another work meeting, Silas keeps zoning out and has to be scolded. That night, he dreams that he's standing on a roof, and when he's about to fall, he wakes up. This is the first time he's ever dreamed, so he feels so confused and disoriented that he runs into a wall. The following morning he discovers a bruise on his forehead and goes to the health center, where he sees a woman cry while watching a video about SOS and its 4 stages of symptoms. A man called Jonas asks Silas what stage he's on, but Silas denies being sick. Then Jonas explains he's on stage 2. Afterward, Silas sees the doctor and tells him about the nightmare, so he immediately gets tested and the doctor confirms he does have SOS. Silas is scared for a moment because he thinks he'll be sent to a DEN facility, but the doctor assures him they're working on a cure so he'll be fine as long as his symptoms don't get out of hand. Then Silas checks his home computer and notices his profile already says he is stage 1 SOS. Later at work, someone asks Silas why he has a bruise, so Silas lies and says he got it from a Tai Chi class, not wanting to reveal his illness yet. His coworker doubts him, but to Silas' surprise, Nia cuts in and confirms his story. During lunchtime, a bumblebee lands on their table and Nia traps it in a glass before letting it go. As she explains how strange it is that bees can fly, Silas can't stop looking at her. After work, Silas must pick up shades and medication from the health center. At home he watches a video for members with SOS explaining it's a genetic problem. The gene that is supposed to suppress emotions is malfunctioning and only inhibitor medicine can delay worse symptoms.